Folks at home, the reality of the situation continues to unfold in a way that makes sense. We are out here just 14 days until the release of Dying Light 2, and I'll tell you what, there might not be light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, we're 14 days away from the launch of Dying Light 2, and there just may not be light at the end of the tunnel. Guys, we're not 1 month away. We're not 2 months away. We're not 3 months away. We're not 4 months away. We're not 5 months away. We're not 6 months away. We're not 7 months away. We're not 8 months away. We're not 9 months away. We're not 10 months away. We're not 11 months away. We're not a year away. We're just 14 days, folks. I'll tell you what.
Ice the One donated €2 through Super Chat. Popping the cherry mackle. Bear. Bear, 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 bear.
Just fantastic, utterly fantastic. It's so incredibly sad to see where this game is at, the shape that it's in. Ice the One coming through. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate it. Again, we're 14 days away from launch. And we have a lot to dissect and unpack here today, okay? Now, you know, these Dying Light fanboys, they come in here and they say, oh, Michael, you got to stick up your britches.
C-Drums donated
Ain't nobody got no
through
stick.
Super Chat.
C-Drums coming through. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate it. Ain't nobody got to stick up there, okay? Look, the reality is very clear. This is the next Cyberpunk, okay? I don't care what a lot of Pierce said or all these other shills, okay? They're playing on a high-end PC rig, okay? That doesn't really count because they're privileged. So millions of gamers are not going to have that same experience. You can't come in here and claim that you have your thinking cap on when you can't objectively look at the reality.
Tricky Panda 65 donated $5 through Super Chat.
Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate it. Tricky Panda coming through with the $5 Super Chat. Folks, we're just 14 days away from Dying Light 2. And they still have nothing to show for. I mean, it feels like we've been out here for 3 weeks straight talking about this. They have nothing to show for, and at this point, it is quite clear it is a deliberate choice. They are not willing to pull that curtain back because they don't want to show you what's behind the damn curtain. It's not a matter of being patient because, okay, I could see that argument if we were 30 days, you know, from launch. If we were 60 days away from launch, okay? But we're just 14 days away from launch. And what they want to do, it's quite clear, is they want to highlight the best version that money can buy, which is, of course, going to be the PC version. And they're showcasing that version, and they want a lot of gamers to think that that is the version that they're going to be experiencing. But that isn't the case unless you have high-end PC hardware.
Clad in Shadows 99 donated $5 through Super Chat. The reality of the situation is incredibly clear, and it is so incredibly sad.
I mean, it really is so incredibly sad, but these Dying Light fanboys don't want to wake up. They're like, oh, Michael, the hater's back live. Let's go over here and tell him how wrong he is. I mean, look, I want to be wrong. But at this point, confidence is growing in what I'm saying, okay? Confidence is growing. If they're not willing to pull that curtain back in a way that makes sense, fully, then Houston, we got a problem, okay? I mean, it's really that damn simple. Techland needs to show this game off running on consoles. Period. End of story.
Tricky Panda 65 donated $5 through Super Chat. The Dying Light 2 fanboys better come back and apologize to World Class.
They won't.
You are World Class video game critic.
They won't, and I'll tell you what they're going to do. If they do come back, they're going to say, oh, you were so wrong, Michael. I got a 3090, and this game runs like butter. Well, no fucking shit. You know what I mean? That's what the PC fanboys and the Dying Light 2 fanboys, more specifically in the PC Master Race, are going to come back and say. That I was wrong?
Channel donated 50 Norwegian kroner.
We know the Lamborghini's going to outrace the fucking Ferrari. We know the Lamborghini is going to outrace the Ferrari. You don't have to bring a rocket scientist in here to figure out the combustion engines of both, vehicle models, okay? I mean, yeah, it's going to run best on PC, but you're privileged if you have a rig like that. Period, end of story. Privilege. Look it up in the dictionary. You are privileged. Okay? Not everyone is in that same boat. Not everyone is going to have that same experience. That's the reality. Okay, so I'm the voice of the voiceless, speaking up for the people that can't, that don't have a voice, and they spent money on this game. And Techland wants to fucking beat around the bush and play politician. They want to dance around the question. They want to pull the curtain back, but not really. You know, imagine going to a magic show and the magician comes out on stage and says, "Hey guys, I'm only going to pull the rabbit out of the hat halfway." Oh, well, you know, stay tuned. Come back next time. We'll pull it off fully.
Fanboy
You know?
donated
I mean,
20 Swedish krona through Super Chat.
imagine.
I just pre-ordered the game Mackle Techland loves you.
Well, if Techland loves me, they need to get back to world class, because I did request a review code. And, you know, like I said, I'm going to call it right down the middle. I got a 2060. We have not seen how this game runs on a 2060. I think most people, in fact, probably all of the creators that played this yesterday, they were probably on a 30 series card. And that's probably why they were picked.
CD-ROMs donated £2 through Super Chat. Nego.
That's probably why they were picked, because they had high-end equipment. And they couldn't choose world class because he's so poor, you know. They're like, "Hey, man, you want to play Dying Light too early? Send me your specs over so we can assure that this game runs properly on your machine." Honestly, that's the reality. And it's so incredibly sad because, again, if you're just tuning in here, folks, 14 days away, and today is a Friday. I don't think we're going to get news tomorrow, as it's Saturday and Sunday, the weekend. I don't think Dying Light's going to give us any news on the weekend. I mean, I could be wrong. But ultimately, at the end of the day, time is ticking, and time is not on their side. It's not me, Mr. Hater, coming out here. It's not, "Oh, Michael, you want this game to fail. Oh, Michael, you're such a damn clown." No, I ain't a clown, because when you come crawling back to world class, and this is going to happen, by the way, when you come crawling back to world class and you say, "Holy shit, Michael, I had my fun in the sun. But you know what? Now that I had my fun in the sun, I'm going to come out here and say, you know what, Michael, you were right."
Fanboy donated 20 Swedish krona through Super Chat. I just wasted 549 kronas, maybe $60.
Huh? You pre-ordered Dying Light too? Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate it. Guys, got to get him in here. Got to get him in here, folks. The reality is still as clear as day. And I wish this wasn't the case. I wish we wouldn't be having this conversation out here. But we are going to unpack momentarily. And I'll tell you what, these Dying Light fanboys need to wake up sooner rather than later. Guys, how's the audio? Brand new headset. This headset costs more than the fucking PS5. You know, I mean, imagine. We bring the best out here, okay? Because this is a world-class show. Ain't nobody else going to be doing that for you, you know?
Viva Sound Channel donated 20 Norwegian krona through Super Chat. Beer Invasion, beer.
Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate it. Viva Sound Channel, Nirvana coming through. Rape me. Rape me, my friend. It's not a rape song. It's a metaphor. See, they don't understand that. Then they criticize Nirvana because it's like, "Hey, man, we don't understand what you were trying to do." Just like me. Misunderstood. All right, so let's go ahead and dissect the reality, folks. Let's go ahead and dissect the reality. And people need to wake up. What font should we work with here? I mean, we got creepy. Do we have the creepy font, or is that like not a thing anymore? Do they still have the creepy font? Chili. What's it called? Chiller? I'm looking around at the fonts here. We're going to dissect the reality. Stay tuned. I'm going to type it in to see if we can... Oh, they don't include that anymore. Why? Well, I'm disappointed. We can go to Comic Sans, okay? Because we need people to look at the reality in a way that makes sense, okay? And hopefully this computer isn't lagging. That would be unfortunate. Guys, we're just 14 days away, and that needs to be very apparent. So, Dying Light 2 is, well, we don't need to say what's happening. I mean, it's pretty obvious. 14 days away, okay? This is a fact.
TBN Snakebite donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Cheers, Mackle. Beer.
Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate it. Dying Light 2, 14 days away. We're just 14 days away, folks, until Dying Light 2 hits the store shelves. And with that in mind, 14 days away until Dying Light 2 hits the store shelves, there is only 20 seconds of PS4
consumed
gameplay.
By the 667 donated $2 Canadian through Super Chat. Why don't you call out Forbidden West? What a snoy.
Forbidden West. I don't care about the game. I mean, I really don't care about the game. I already reviewed the first game. It's the same game. So I'm covering games I care about. I mean, I don't understand how you don't understand this channel. Okay, we only got 20 seconds of PS4 gameplay as of this broadcast, and the game comes out in 14 days. It's pretty simple, folks.
Ice the One donated €5 through Super Chat. Only world class can stream in this incredibly cold weather.
Oh yeah, we
Keep
out here,
working
folks.
really hard and really strong, Mackle.
That's
Men
what we're talking
holding
about,
hands.
okay? That's what we're
Men
talking about.
holding
Zero
hands.
Xbox
Men
One
holding hands.
gameplay,
Men
okay? These are
holding
straight up
Men
facts.
holding hands. Men holding
And that's
hands.
what you need to
Men
understand,
holding
as we're
hands.
just 14
Men
days
holding
away
hands.
until this game releases.
Men holding hands. 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 Men holding hands.
Well, we certainly know who is
Men
on the
holding
naughty
hands.
list, and you're not getting
Men
Dying
holding
Light 2.
hands.
Techland
Men
doesn't
holding
consider you,
hands.
okay? They're
Men
going to consider
holding
world class
hands.
because they
Men
know that
holding
world class
hands.
deep down at
Men
the end of the
holding
day is
hands.
correct.
Men
They know
holding
that world
hands.
class.
Men
Would you
holding
shut the
hands.
hell up?
Men holding
Damn.
hands. Men holding hands.
Oh
Men
my
holding
God,
hands.
bro.
Men holding hands.
See, this is what they
Men
love to do. They
holding
just love to
hands.
disrupt
Men
the
holding
entire
hands.
show.
Men
They love to
holding
disrupt the
hands.
entire
Men
show,
holding
man.
hands. Men holding
Holy
hands.
shit,
Men
bro.
holding
Shut
hands.
up,
Men
dude.
holding hands. Men holding hands. Men holding hands. Men holding hands. Men holding hands.
Oh, man. Oh, my God.
Animal Mother donated $7.99 through Super Chat. I hate the fact that you are correct. I hope to God you are wrong about Dying Light 2.
I mean, I hope I'm wrong, too. I hope I'm wrong, too. Okay, and as such, with that said, we got only 20 seconds of PS4 gameplay as of this broadcast. We have 0 Xbox One gameplay. Okay, these are straight up facts. These ain't opinions. These aren't assumptions. They're straight up facts as of this broadcast. You can't argue with them, okay? You might disagree with them, but at the end of the day, it doesn't mean that I'm wrong, okay? Because I'm spitting fact out here, okay? No cap. No cap. So I'm taking the big W here today because I'm spitting the reality, and you can't handle it.
TBN
You don't want to dance to that
Snakebite
tune, do you?
donated $4.99
Oh,
through Super Chat. The alcohol is flowing and the dance floor is raving. Beer, beer, beer,
Oh,
beer,
Lord.
beer, 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 beer. Man
So-
dancing, man dancing, man dancing, man dancing, man dancing, man dancing, man dancing.
That's fantastic.
Man dancing, man
That's
dancing,
just fantastic.
man dancing,
Okay.
man dancing, man dancing.
No specific date on when more old gen gameplay is coming. Okay.
Ben H.
I mean, these are just straight up facts out here, folks.
£4.49
This is why
through
Dying
Super
Light 2 is
Chat.
in the shitter right
Just
now.
pre-ordered Ultimate Edition. Gameplay looks great. Kissing face. Kissing face.
Well, you
kissing
guys are
face,
privileged. See,
kissing
this is the
face,
problem.
kissing
You guys
face,
can't have a
kissing
conversation
face,
out here because you
kissing
come from a
face,
place of
kissing
privilege.
face,
You
kissing
come from a
face,
place of
kissing
privilege
face,
where you can go out and
kissing
buy
face,
fucking 38 you're like no
kissing
tomorrow.
face,
Not
kissing
everyone can
face,
do that.
kissing
And just
face,
because you're on
kissing
cloud nine,
face,
it doesn't mean everyone
kissing
else is
face,
on cloud nine.
kissing face,
You stupid
kissing face,
idiots.
kissing
Okay,
face,
Alana Pierce,
kissing face,
you know,
kissing
and all
face,
these other
kissing
cats,
face, kissing
they
face,
played this shit on
kissing
high-end
face,
hardware. That's the
kissing
reality of
face,
the situation.
kissing face.
You have to put that context within the reality. Like, it's not a joke. It's not a meme. I'm not a hater. I'm not a fucking troll. I'm so sorry that you throw your insecurities right up at world class because you don't agree. It's okay if you don't agree. But at the end of the day, what you see right here and right now on the goddamn motherfucking screen are straight up facts. And you need to consider the reality, okay? It's not about your PC gaming rig. It's not about the PC Master Race. It's not about next-gen hardware, okay? There are tons of people not in that boat. And as such, people have paid money for this game. Customers need to be informed on what is going on. So I hear this day in and day out. Techland is so transparent. Techland loves us. They're coming out of the woodwork to tell us this, that, and the third about the game. Really? Are they? Because I don't see that. I don't see that. Okay, at least in this regard, at least in this capacity. We're 14 days away from Dying Light 2 hitting the store shelves.
Thunderbolt
And these are the facts.
donated $5 through Super Chat. Mackle's hot breath on the back of my neck made me realize it's over.
Yeah, it certainly is over. I mean, this is the reality of the situation. Now, we have some more concerns that have been growing for the last few days. Okay, we got to reformat this because it's getting cut off on the screen. We got to reformat this here, folks. Hard times. But we do have some new concerns growing here, and I don't know what's going on with this shit, but There we go. That might be a little bit better there. Okay. Now, we do have some more new concerns growing here. Okay. So I did request a PC review code. Okay. And the content embargo, and I'm not entirely sure what this means. It could mean walkthroughs. It could mean playthroughs. It could mean tip trick videos. But the content embargo is, well, it expires 24 hours before release. Now, I don't know if this is the review embargo, but here's the thing. If this is the review embargo, and I know it says content embargo, but if they're the same thing, or if they're in line with each other, and the review embargo doesn't expire until 24 hours until release, well, then Houston, we do have a problem. You know what I mean? I mean, we got a major fucking red flag. And when I did request, okay, these are starting to get assumption-y, but I'll tell you what, folks, it is, we have evidence to back up these claims. Look, this is the reality right here. When I did request the review code, oh, Jesus God, no. Oh, shit. Oh.
Ice the One donated €2 through Super Chat. It's over Mackle, moon viewing ceremony, 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 moon viewing ceremony.
Alrighty, folks, let's try and get back on track here. Something happened out here. Got a little windy out here. Got a little windy out here. You know what I mean? Got a little windy out here. You know what I mean? Got a little windy out here. You know what I mean? Got a little windy out here. You know what I mean? Got a little windy out here. You know what I mean? Got a little windy out here. You know what I mean? Got a little windy out here. You know what I mean? Got a little windy out here. You know what I mean? Got a little windy out here. You know what I mean? Got a little windy out here. You know what I mean? Got a little windy out here. You know what I mean? Got a little windy out here. You know what I mean? Got a little windy out here. Come on, man. I'm going to turn that shit off if you guys can't stop abusing the motherfucking system. Stop abusing the system. Stop abusing the system. Damn. Stop abusing the system. These idiots need to go. Luckily, it's not on the screen. I don't know why it's not on the screen. See, if we're going to play Disruption, I can't do this show. Okay, this is what they love to do. They love to play Disruption out here. They love to sit there and say, oh, Mako, you ain't nothing but a clown. Honey bunny, I love Dying Light 2. There, end of story. I ain't no fucking hater, okay? If Techland wants to get their fucking ass on this cold-ass bench, we can have a fucking real-time discussion out here. But they ain't willing to come out here in this fucking weather. You know what I mean? Because they're seeing the bends come in, and I'll tell you what, the reality is as clear as day, folks. Let's recap. If you're just piling in here, we appreciate you for tuning in, but I'll tell you what, folks, it is not looking great for Dying Light 2. And this is the reason why. We're 14 days away from release. We only have 20 seconds of PS4 gameplay. There's 0 Xbox One gameplay. These are straight up facts, by the way, okay? There's no specific date on when more old-gen gameplay is coming. And this is bullshit, by the way, because ultimately, if they were so confident in the PS4 version and the Xbox One version, then where's this gameplay? Why are we waiting until seemingly the very last full week before showing it off? Because if we're out here next Friday and we're still having this conversation, Techland, get your ass out of the games industry. You know what I mean? Because that's absolute bullshit. They need to pull the curtain back fully in a way that makes sense. That's what needs to happen. They need to pull the curtain back fully in a way that makes sense. I am so sick and tired of coming out here and making excuses for the lazy millennial devs over at fucking Techland. This is worse than Cyberpunk. It is.
Sherry G donated £2 through Super Chat. Ooh.
You guys have literally nothing to say when you donate. I don't understand. I don't understand why we have to have this like spam party of nothing. Okay, so the content embargo, nonetheless, we appreciate you. The content embargo expires 24 hours before release, okay? Now, when I requested a review code for this game, and I know they're not going to get back to world class. Now, if they do get back to world class, I'm going to call it right down the middle. We're not going to fucking hate, okay?
Ice the
That's just the reality of the situation. We're going to call it right down the fucking
Chat.
middle like an umpire. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. You done? That's what I thought. So when I requested a review code, folks, I'll tell you what, there was an option to review this on PS5 or Series X, but, well, I can't explain this without showing you because it doesn't make any sense. There's a lot of uncertainty here.
Michael, Cyberpunk was a real disaster and delayed so many times.
So was this game.
Dying Light 2 wasn't.
That's
How
not
can
true.
You be so sure
that's
it's
not
the
true.
Same disaster?
You can't just say that that's the case when it's not true. Dying Light 2 was delayed at least 2 fucking times. Dude, Dying Light 2 was delayed at one point indefinitely. They didn't even have a release date. Dying Light 2 was supposed to come out on December 7th of last year. And here we are 14 days away, and we have no fucking base PS4 gameplay. No, 20 seconds rather of base PS4 gameplay, and we have zero Xbox One gameplay. So don't sit there and say that this game didn't have problems. I know the context of this fucking cycle with Dying Light 2, and you can't sit on here and say because a lot of peers and Hollow and all of these other shills, because quite frankly, that's what they are. They're yes men, okay? That's literally the reality of the situation. They will say and do anything. I call it right down the fucking middle. If it's fantastic, we get the home run ready, okay? We get the crowd amped up because Sammy Sosa's going to come up the bat and hit the fucking home run. And we hope that Techland can pull that off. But, this is the reality as it stands. Don't sit out here and say that the game wasn't delayed. It was delayed multiple times. You want me to bring the articles up? No, you don't want to listen. You want to sit out here and bully. You want to sit out here and say, oh, you're so ugly, Michael. Well, let's pick on him. It's this high school mentality bullshit out here, dude. Like, get up off of your fucking ass and get a job. Yeah. So, seemingly, and I'm gonna. This isn't going to make much sense because I'd have to show you to really fully lay this one out for you, but you're going to have to take my word for it. I don't play possum out here. We're not making things up, okay? These aren't assumptions. I mean, the first part isn't, okay? These down here is what is going on with this computer? Are we having problems?
Ice the One donated €2
Lord.
through Super Chat.
Oh, man.
I'm not done yet, Mackle. Men holding hands. Men holding hands.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this computer.
Men holding hands. Men holding hands.
Is it getting too cold already?
Men holding hands. Men holding hands.
Yeah.
Men
Look,
holding hands.
wait, hold on.
Men
Why is this not
holding
updating?
hands. Men holding
Why
hands.
is this not updating?
Men
Why is this not
holding
updating on the
hands.
screen,
Men
bro?
holding hands. Men holding hands. Men holding hands. Men holding hands. Men holding hands.
Come on, man. Seemingly,
men holding hands. Men holding hands.
They are
men holding
only
hands. Men holding hands.
dishing
men
out
holding hands. Men holding hands.
Steam codes.
Men holding
okay?
hands.
Now,
men
like I said,
holding hands. Men
and maybe I
holding
could try and
hands.
show this to
Men
you
holding hands.
later on in the show here. But seemingly, they are only dishing out Steam codes. Okay, and what that means is they're not. There's no evidence to suggest that this is actually that they're sending out console codes to reviewers that I have seen. Okay, so I could be wrong, but if this is true, then this is literally what Cyberpunk did. Okay, the only thing they're doing better than CD Projekt Red did with Cyberpunk is they allowed 4 shills or 5 shills, 6 shills, however many shills that came out yesterday and did the same fucking mission. They at least showed that, okay? So I'm going to give them some credit there because they at least allowed creators to play one little mission, side quest, that showcased the game off, and it was unedited gameplay, right? That was kind of interesting to see, and that's what we need to see more of. However, they made sure that everyone played the same mission. They made sure that everyone did the same fucking thing, essentially, because that's just the reality. It's so funny how this game has this, motif of, I don't know if that's the right word, but this, fucking... Hey, man, every decision in the fucking game matters, and yet everyone played the same fucking mission, and they all had the same outcome. Like, what the fuck are we doing out here? I mean, for the most part, they all had the same motherfucking outcome. They all say they all were playing with the lockpick shit. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Bro, the game was built off of the premise that, what's-his-face, Chris came out and said at E3 that every motherfucking decision basically matters, and yet you have the proof in the pudding that is seriously not the case, because it's dumbed down, it's simplified for the casual gamers. Just make Dying Light 3 PC only, and let's get the real fucking deal. Let's quit playing around. Jesus Christ. It's just ridiculous, because quite clearly that's not the case. Every decision doesn't matter. It's not as impactful as they would love you to believe. And that proves the point that you watch a lot of Pierce's video, you watch Hollow's video, whatever the hell that guy's name is, you watch Oni Zombies. It's all the same fucking gameplay. The Rad Brad. It's all the same fucking shit. So I thought every decision of the game mattered, because that's what they built upon in the head before this game came out 2 years, whenever the fuck they showed that shit off, if that makes any sense. They put this idea in your head that every decision matters, that your choices are going to impact this world in a meaningful way, and a consequential way, and yet here we are, and we have all these shills coming out of the woodwork and saying, you know what? Hey, we're just going to play lockpick here. Get up off of that shit. I mean, Detroit Become Human has more fucking choices than this shit that actually matter. I guarantee it. So the whole marketing, the premise of this game is clearly stupefied, dumbed down. I don't know if that was the right word, but it's watered down, absolutely. But I mean, that's not a surprise. It's a Ubisoft game. This is more of a Ubisoft game than the first game, and I guarantee the hardcore Dying Light fans are going to see that when they get their hands on this game February 4th, and they spend 5,000 hours with this game, because I know some people will. They're going to be bored on their fucking skull, and they're going to realize that the first game, there was something to it. Okay, I'm not kidding. I can see this beforehand. This is like...
Consumed by the 667 donated $2 through Super Chat. DL2 looks good. Left magnifying glass, right magnifying glass.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. Dude, if I had a 3080, I'd probably come out here and fucking jump up and down and say, you know what, hell yeah, Techland hit that home run. If Techland wants to send me the goddamn zombie containment case so I can open it up on stream out here, I'll send them the fucking address and we'll make that fucking happen, okay? I will shill the product. It's a joke, by the way. I ain't shilling no product. Now, if they want to send me something, we'll look at it, okay? I did request a review code on PC. And I'm hoping they can meet me halfway and say, you know what, World Class, let's give him the bat and let's see if he can hit the home fucking run. And I'm going to show him that I can hit the home run if they give me the goddamn bat. If Tom Brady throws me the football, I'm taking the football and I'm going into the end zone. But that can only happen if Tom Brady passes World Class the football. You want a real review? I can get you a real review, but it's going to take me some fucking time, because if I don't get early access like all of these other shills, because that's what they are, I'm sorry, I'm not saying they're bad content creators, but they're towing the line and they're ensuring that they don't say the wrong thing. And it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why is everyone the Billy Mays of these fucking... Everyone's got to be a spokesman for these games and these corporations. It's like, I get it, you're hyped and this, that, and the third. But can we be honest? Can we be transparent? Why is that taboo to talk about within this industry specifically? I don't understand. We're not haters. I'm the food inspector of games. I'm the fucking Gordon Ramsay. Just not the likable version of Gordon Ramsay for video games. You don't hate Gordon Ramsay, but he's toxic too. Imagine if you are a restaurant owner, you built your whole life making this restaurant a successful thing, and then only for Gordon Ramsay to come in with his bozo clown show and say the pizza tastes like shit. Yeah, okay, how is that not toxic? Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Yeah, they'll pay you, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. So let's recap, folks. Dying Light 2, 14 days away. Okay, where's the mouse? Dying Light 2, 14 days away. We only have 20 seconds of PS4 gameplay. How are we doing on audio? 0 Xbox One gameplay. There's no specific date on when more old-gen gameplay is coming. They just say coming soon. They say stay tuned in January. Hey, January's coming to a close fairly soon here, and seemingly they just don't care. And that's quite apparent, and there's a reason for that. It's not because, it's in a fantastic spot. No, they're hiding it because ultimately they don't want you to see the cracks. That's the reality of the situation. Because when they pull that fucking car curtain off the goddamn Ferrari, it's going to be rusty. And that's what people need to understand. The fucking Ferrari is old, you cannot expect the goddamn, Ferrari to be clean because the goddamn Ferrari's fucking old, right? So... And that's the case with these old these older consoles. Dude, it's okay if these old consoles can't handle it. We understand. We're not fucking retarded, okay? So with that said, show us the game on the old gen platforms, and more importantly, Do it in a way that makes sense. I'm done with this political bullshit of fucking beating around the bush and making excuses and having, Techland is so transparent. I don't believe that because they have not shown us the goods. You can't just sit there and say, oh, Michael, what you talking about there, buddy? You ain't nothing but a clown. There's over 500 fucking people in here, and there's a reason for that. They know that deep down, what I'm saying holds truth.
DJ Viva Edit donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Speaking facts, keep it up.
Well, they don't want to hear it, and I get it. I understand it, man. I get it. I'm not trying to hop on the bus and say, guys, this party's trash. This sucks. I'm not hopping on your party bus and saying, oh, this sucks. This sucks. That's not what I'm doing. But I'm saying, hey, this party bus, could be better, don't throw the tomatoes. Okay, so let's recap here. Dying Light 2, 14 days away until release. There's only 20 seconds of PS4 gameplay, 0 Xbox One gameplay. There's no specific date on when more old-gen gameplay is coming.
Bay donated $2 through
That's
Super
what you
Chat.
need to understand.
Fuel my lord.
That is what you understand. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate it. That's what you need to understand. Mighty Bay coming through. Content embargo, okay? Content embargo expires 24 hours before release. Now, the content embargo might not be the review embargo. I understand that. But right now, there is no public knowledge that I know of anyway of when the review embargo is going to expire. So I'm just going to lay it right in there with the content embargo because that has what has been publicly announced, okay? And seemingly, they are only dishing out Steam codes because when I requested a review code, it made it sound like they were only doing Steam
Viva
codes,
Sound
even though they
donated
had the
20
option
Norwegian krona through Super Chat.
to do console.
Beer to cool people in the chat. Beer, 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 beer,
Well,
beer,
you guys are going to have to wake up and smell the coffee. This is the reality. I know it's a bitter horse pill to swallow, and I know some people don't want to have this conversation, but it is a conversation that, most people need to know and need to understand before we get into this goddamn fiasco. This is going to be look at the Nintendo Switch. That's another point to bring up. Folks. The Nintendo Switch version has been delayed. Now, I honestly didn't even know that this was coming to Nintendo Switch because that idea in and of itself sounds impossible. Okay, I'm not kidding. That idea in and of itself sounds impossible. Holy shit, is that $40? What are we doing? Well, I suppose not, but we do appreciate the support nonetheless. So the Nintendo Switch, and this is the cloud version, by the way, they couldn't even get it running on the cloud in a way that makes sense. They are struggling with this game quite clearly. You can't sit there and say that this game hasn't been delayed. You can't sit there and say that this game hasn't had a rocky development cycle. Come on, bro. Look at the research. Look at the reality. And you will see as clear as day that there were many roadblocks for Dying Light 2. Yet let's ignore that because Alana Pierce and all of these other shills came out of the woodwork and said it ran great on PC running a 3080. No shit!
Vizlo donated $5 Canadian through Super Chat. That's why you buy a Lamborghini instead of a Ferrari. Coconut.
That's why you shut your mouth and you tell your mother I said hi. Because she don't love you. She don't love you. She loves world class.
Coconut.
I mean, they just don't want to listen. They just don't want to listen. These people have a hard on for hating world class. I don't have a hate boner for Dying Light 2. I don't hate Dying Light 2. I'm just asking for answers. And the longer that this is pushed back, because that's what's happening here, they're putting this on the back burner, the more the concern grows. The more the concern grows. And it's so incredibly sad. Now, I know a lot of people in here because, well, they're on the internet and they are privileged. They probably have a 30 series graphics card. They probably have a nice, powerful Ryzen chip. They have plenty of memory in their computer, 32 gigs of RAM. Oh, Michael, I'm part of the PC Master Race. Guys, I got a 2060. I got some beefy rigs, right? Not as beefy as yours, but shit. I don't think we can come to the conclusion and say, you know what, Dying Light 2 runs fantastic because we don't have that answer yet. Let me finish this here, Nintendo Switch Cloud. We don't have that answer. We don't know how this game performs. We really don't. When you really think about it, 14 days out, we really don't have an idea, an understanding, a full understanding of how this game performs. We don't know. There's still a lot of unknowns, and there's certainly still a lot of uncertainties. And there shouldn't be 14 days out. There shouldn't be. They're taking their time for a reason, and they're making excuses in the process. So the Nintendo Switch Cloud version delayed, okay? Now, it's funny how Techland, they didn't want you to know about that. And I didn't see many people pick up on it. But that is the reality. The cloud version, guys. We're not talking like they tried to make the goddamn game run on the Switch native hardware, because I don't think that's even possible, to be honest. I honestly don't think that's possible. They'd have to have two zombies on the screen at once, and 1440 or 400p, 40p resolution. I mean, that's probably what they would have to do. Guys, I don't know why you guys can come away from these impressions that came out 24 hours ago, or whenever they came out, nearly 24 hours from now. You know what I mean. So we only know how this game runs on high-end PC hardware. Now, PlayStation actually came out of the woodwork on the PlayStation YouTube channel, and they showed us the PlayStation 5 version of the game. But, I mean, if the PlayStation 5 can't run this properly, well, then we have a problem. So it's literally a Cyberpunk situation. If you played Cyberpunk day one on a high-end PC rig, you had a better experience. You had 60 frames day one. Okay, if you had the hardware, you had 60 frames day one. Okay, that's just the reality of the situation. But it was still buggy. Okay? But if you played Cyberpunk on PS5 day one, if you played Cyberpunk on Series X day one, you had 60 frames right out of the box. And that's what's happening here. So you can't come away from what happened yesterday and say, holy shit, Michael, guys, we do not know how this game runs. We're 14 days away, and I guarantee you everyone that played it yesterday was on a 30 series card. I guarantee
Big
it.
Bang donated $4.99 through Super Chat. If you never cared for the first game, what is your obsession? Everyone hates on this game when they never cared before. I don't get the obsession.
That's gatekeeping, bro. You're fucking gatekeeping. I don't know what you're talking about. You can't just sit there and say because someone... Dude, there's going to be millions of people that never played Dying Light 1 jump into Dying Light 2 here, okay? And I'm going to tell you right here and right now, the hardcore fans, and we're talking the real hardcore fans that eat this shit up day in and day out, I guarantee they're going to come out of the woodwork and say Dying Light 1 was superior. And I'm not going to say why. I think it's pretty fucking obvious. I mean, this is what happened to The Evil Within. The Evil Within, you had a Japanese director. You had Shinji Mikami direct the first game. And then they came out with a sequel a few years later, and they had an American director direct the game. And it ruined the whole fucking game. You know what I mean? You could tell that there was a shift. So I think people are going to feel that shift here between Dying Light 1 and Dying Light 2. I have looked at the gameplay from yesterday. I watched Oni Zombies live. I watched a lot of Pierce's video. She didn't show much gameplay, though. Maybe she did. I can't remember. But there was a lot happening yesterday, and I'll tell you what. The combat looks bad. The combat looks worse than the first game. The combat does not feel like it connects. I'm telling you guys, this screams like a Game Pass game. And look, it is what it is, but I'll tell you what, folks, these are the facts right on the screen at the first part right here. Look at this. We're 14 days away, okay? I don't know what you guys want me to tell you. Okay, I wish I had good news out here. I don't have good news out here. Every single day we come out here, there's no good news because Techland doesn't want to pull the curtain back. We only have 20 seconds of PS4 gameplay, okay? There's zero Xbox One gameplay. So Xbox One, console gamers are just left in the dark? You think that's fair for Xbox One console gamers? I don't think that's fair. It's not a matter of being impatient. It's a matter of why are we waiting? We know why they're waiting because they don't want to pull it back in a way that makes sense. They are hiding something. Okay, when you buy a TV from someone, you want to make sure the TV works. And if they can't prove to you that the TV works, unless you're a stupid idiot, you don't buy the television. Okay? So when you buy a television from someone, they have to show you the product before you say, holy shit, take my money. And if they're reluctant to do that, you back out of the deal. It is as simple as that. So we apply the real-life logistics of a transaction like that, and I say, holy shit, What do we got going on here? It sounds like people be scamming. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like Techland is scamming. It sounds like Techland is scamming. That is what is happening here, and it's happened over and over and over again. How many times is this going to happen before you wake up and start smelling that coffee? I am not a hater. I do not want this game to fail. I will toe the line. If they can hit world-class, give world-class the bat, if Tom Brady can throw me the football, I will toe the line, and I will call it right down the middle. I will follow the embargo. Okay, if the opportunity does come up, we'll take it. But I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, I cannot come out here and sit on the sidelines and just shut my mouth. I have to get up off of the fucking sidelines and say, guys, this ain't fucking working. We're 14 days away, and the realities are just still here. The realities are just as clear as day. And people want to scoff at this and say, oh, Michael, just shut up there, mister. You always find something to nitpick about. Yeah, well, when the Dying Light Reddit wakes up and smells that coffee, yeah, it's going to be a toxic place day one, because that's how it works. I know how this shit fucking rolls, bro. Okay? They're going to find the reality out, and they're going to say, holy shit, they really did this with this. You know what I mean? It's going to be one of those moments where it's like, damn. What went so unequivocally wrong? And I'm not saying it should be that way. I don't want it to be that way. But I've looked at the gameplay from yesterday, and I said, you know what, guys? This ain't it. I don't think it's it. But we got more concerns to talk about here. I'll tell you what, folks. We're just getting started. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. I'm running out of room. I'm running out of room, man. We got more concerns. Dude, if they're only sending out the PC version for review purposes, you know the thing's in the shitter. You know the thing's in the shitter. But people don't want to listen. They want to sit there and they want to say, oh, Michael, what you talking about there, buddy? Hell, you ain't nothing but a clown. You ain't nothing but a clown, Michael. You're such a bozo. You're such a I'm not a bozo. I'm just giving you the facts out here. For the most part, these are facts. Top half is anyway. I mean, that's where we stand as of this broadcast. You can't, you guys want to spit, the opposite. You want to turn your face in the opposite direction and say, holy shit, Michael, we don't want to hear it, but I get it. But I don't know what you want me to tell you. The Nintendo Switch Cloud version was delayed, okay? What does that mean for the base PS4 and base Xbox One version? If the Nintendo Switch Cloud version, they couldn't even get it running on the cloud? Why? I don't understand. And that's the thing, too, with this. I have the context of they're saying these things, and then it's not adding up, okay? If you're so confident in, the base PS4 version, the base Xbox One version, then you would have pulled that curtain back. You would have already pulled it back. You would have already pulled the damn curtain back. Now, I know marketing is separate from the dev team and all this shit, and they have their own little plan. Well, that's just fantastic. But I'll tell you what, I don't think it is fair for especially Xbox One owners to get left in the dark like this. I don't think it's fair, especially for base PS4 owners, to get seemingly left in the dark because only 20 seconds of base PS4 footage exists, and we can't really even prove that that was recorded on base PS4 because they could be lying. Now, there's no reason to believe that they are. Techland we trust, but at the end of the day, there's just too many unknowns, and that's the last point we have here that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure there's a lot of other stuff that I didn't. There's just too many unknowns. There are just too many unknowns, folks. That is where we stand right now. There are just too many unknowns. We don't know how this game runs on certain platforms. We don't know how this runs on a 20 series card. We don't know how this runs on a 10 series card. All we had was yesterday. And yesterday, most people, I think Oni Zombies, I remember him hearing, I don't know, if this was his hardware or what, but I heard 32 gigs of RAM. Well, no shit, the game's going to run great on 32 gigs of RAM. Let's see the game run on different platforms. Let's see it. Let's see it, Techland. Why are we waiting? Why are we waiting until the final week, the final full week of January to have this conversation potentially out here? And look, if they show this off and it runs smoothly, the context is going to matter in terms of how they show it off. If they're going to do that stupid box thing where the box is like this small and there's no full screen gameplay, then we have a problem, Techland. If you're going to give me 10 snippets of fucking base PS4 gameplay within a 2-minute video, then we have a problem, Techland. You are hiding this game, and that is very apparent. We should not be having this conversation just 14 days away from release.
Lil Penis donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Have you discussed gameplay or anything that has to do with the game? You're not being critical, you're just hating on something
that is not
you
true.
don't really
How
care
am I
about.
hating? How am I hating? Is it the tone of voice? Is it the inflection of my voice? How am I hating? I don't understand how you guys think I'm haters. I don't understand. I will pre-order this game tonight if that helps you sleep better at night knowing that I'm not a hater. How am I a hater? I'm looking at the elephant in the room. What do you want me to talk about? The gameplay didn't look all that, mind-blowing yesterday, and I just talked about that. Maybe you just tuned in, but I just talked about the fact that the tagline for this game is that basically your decision matters, right? Your decisions are going to impact the world and this, that, and the third, the factions and all that crap, right? Okay, well then compare all the gameplay that came out yesterday, because here's the thing. All of the creators played the same fucking side quest. And how many of those outcomes were totally different? How many of those outcomes were totally different? Because no one's talking about that. And that's the whole fucking purpose. That's the whole tagline of the game. Chris came out, the fucking lead. What was he? The lead writer, the lead fucking head dude. What? Where's the game? Where's the game that we were promised? So you want to go down that road, I'll have more to say. But I don't have the game right now. I can't go down that road fully based off of one side quest. But what I can tell you based off of that one side quest is that, bro, your decisions don't fucking matter. At least they don't the way that was explained in 2019. So let's go ahead and open up the lines, folks. There's just too many unknowns. There's too many unknowns to say, holy shit, my pre-order should be locked in. Like, look, you can do what you want. It's your choice. It's your money. At the end of the day, keep it locked in or cancel it. I don't care. But I'm telling you right here, right now, if you are a console gamer on old gen, they are leaving you in the dark. And you can't argue otherwise. So let's go ahead and open up the lines. 818-284-4568. I know this is a hard pill to swallow. I do. Believe me, I understand. But at the end of the day, it's what needs to be said because no one else is talking about it, okay? You guys want to sit there and say I'm a hater, this, that, and the third, but none of what you're saying makes any sense, to be honest. None of what you're saying makes any sense.
$10 through Super Chat. Techland needs to give world-class free roam in the game world for at least 2 hours on base PS4 before I buy day one.
Well, we'll see what can happen. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello, you're on the air.
All right,
Hello,
we're not going to play games out here today. We're not playing games out here today. I'm tired of playing games. I'm so sick and tired of playing games with these trolls and losers. I need real callers to call into this show right here and right now. Hello, you're on the air. Oh, man. Oh, my God.
Can't wait till people cancel this bozo. Let's
go. Hello, you're on the air. Cancel the bozo. Yeah, cancel me for being real. Cancel me. I mean, you're 15 years old. You're literally 15 years old, and you think you have this, you don't understand. You don't understand what I'm doing. So just maybe leave. Because are you mad at Gordon Ramsay? Why aren't you guys mad at Gordon Ramsay? He does the same thing that I do. He samples the food and then gives his critical assessment of the food. That's the same thing that I do. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Through Super Chat. Sheep never learn. Michael.
Michael.
Yeah. Hello, you're on the air. Hello, you're on the air. Let's go.
Michael, is game.
All right, we're done. Moving the wheels. We got to move the wheels fast today. Hello, you're on the air. 818-284-4568. That's the number to call in. I'm going to start blocking people if they cannot have a conversation. And if you have technology that sounds like it's past 1945.
I'm on the air, Michael.
Yeah, hello, you're on the air. Hello, you're on the air. Let's go. Hello, you're on the air. Let's have a conversation. You got a question? You got a comment about Dying Light 2? If you don't, I'm going to move the wheels within 5 seconds.
All right, Dying Light 2 is a huge disappointment. That's all I have to say.
Why? Why do you feel that way?
Well, the gameplay did not look good. It was pretty uninteresting for me, and
I agree. I agree. It didn't blow me away.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know. It did not look polished, and
well, that's the best version of the game. So if you don't think that version looked polished, then I have some bad news for you.
Kuragex donated $5 through Super Chat.
That's all.
The comment section are going to have a field day with you on release day when you eat your words.
No, I'm not going to eat my words.
Michael,
believe me, I am more confident now than ever. I am more confident now than ever. I am more confident now than ever. I am more confident with this. Holy shit, what a fucking disaster, bro. I swear to God, man. Let's go. Can we get someone on the line? If we can't get someone on the line, we're done. If we can't get someone on the line, we're done. I mean, there are 5 million people talking in my headset right now. I cannot hear anyone. Okay, if you're going to donate spam, I need you to get the hell out of here because that shit's annoying as hell. If you're going to say, okay, the whole system is broken, we're going to come back to that. If you want to call in, I'll give you a different number to call in and have serious conversation. I'll just buy a second fucking number and not show it on the screen. You guys can call into that number and troll, but I can't. So right now we're not doing that. Okay, look, let's get the reality right out here again. Look, if you hate me, then you hate Gordon Ramsay because he does the same fucking thing. So why do you want to sit out here and judge a book by its cover? Why do you guys want to do that? Dude, I am here to help the gamer, okay? I am here to say we need to look at this. And I don't know how else to put it. Like, I know a lot of this doesn't apply to you guys because a lot of you guys are privileged. You're playing it on a high-end PC rig. That's great. But maybe don't watch this stream if this doesn't apply to you. I don't know what to tell you. I am the voice of the voiceless. We need to see this game in a way that makes sense on those older consoles. They need to show that we should not be having this discussion still. At the last episode of Dying to Know, they should have showed it right then and there. But they didn't. How long does it take to fucking put a gameplay video together? I mean, how long does that take? Because it's been over a week since the last Dying to Know episode. It's been over a week, and you mean to tell me that we can't get more gameplay together for base PS4 and base Xbox One and PlayStation 4 Pro and Series X? We don't have time to do that? Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm going to buy that. I mean, come on. If I worked at Techland, I'd already had this shit done. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. It's not that hard. And yet they want to play games out here. They want to sit there and say, oh, Michael, what you talking about there, buddy? You want this to fail. I don't want this to fail, okay? I'm just spitting the facts out here, right here, okay? 14 days away, only 20 seconds of PS4 gameplay, 0 Xbox One gameplay, no specific date on when more old-gen gameplay is coming. And that's very telling. They don't want you to know, because they don't even know, when the fucking shit's coming. You know, it's like, hey, well, just stay tuned. You know, imagine, like, I don't understand. It just doesn't make sense. So the content embargo expires 24 hours before release. That's a fact, okay? And seemingly, they're dishing Steam codes. They are only, we forgot to, word that a little better. Where are we at? Only dishing Steam codes PC. Now I'm gonna show you the evidence to back that up. So let me go on the Twitter here, and I think the guy's name is Sherry. So give me a second. Yeah, I got him right here, Sherry. So this is the link from Sherry, okay? If you want to get early access for the game, this is the link that the PR dude provided, okay? Now, none of this makes sense, and I'm going to show you why if I can figure out where the hell this link's at here. You're going to have to give me a moment because we're looking.
Marty the Nerd donated $1 through Super Chat.
Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate it. Okay, this doesn't make sense to me. Maybe I'm an idiot, but, what's new? But I'll tell you what, let's bring this up here, folks. This is the reality right here that I don't seemingly understand. And it seems to suggest that console codes are not going out for review purposes, which would be very, very concerning. Now, I'm not saying that's set in stone, but based off of the wording here and based off of what we see in just a moment when this pops up, you'll see probably what I'm talking about. Hopefully you do. But look, this is the reality right here, folks. So, content embargo for Dying Light 2 lifts 2nd of February, 24 hours before launch. Okay, it says it right there. Key request.
Jack the Gamma Lord B donated $5 through Super Chat. Man, I don't hate you and I understand the fear of Dying Light 2, but it's the same engine, so I doubt it will be 10% as bad as other past games.
Okay, then why not? Why are we not showing it off? It's the same engine. Why is the Switch cloud version delayed? I mean, come on, man. Just because it's the same engine doesn't mean much. I mean, didn't Witcher 3 run on the same engine, the red engine, as Cyberpunk? Yeah. See what I mean? Same engine, but it was a totally different ballgame. So, it's just the way it is. Same engine, but a different ballgame. Same engine, but a different ballgame. So, yeah, same engine, but it's a different Techland in 2022. It's a different Techland. Okay, it literally is. Did you not read about the layoffs? You guys don't do your research. You don't have the context of the whole fucking picture here. I don't know what to say. But nonetheless, the content embargo for Dying Light 2 lifts 2nd of February, okay? These are the facts right here. It's for the head horse, from the horse's mouth. 24 hours before launch, okay? Key requests. There's the link, okay? Now, this is what we're trying to understand fully. Now, you click on this here, and it shows the Steam logo. Get your key early and stream 24 hours before release. So what does this imply? This implies that they're not sending out console codes. Now here's the kicker. If I go to this link here, and hopefully it loads, and it's not going to load for me, and that's sad. But let me pull it up over here. If I go to that link here, folks, I'll show you what it says, because it doesn't make any fucking sense. It really doesn't make any sense. So, and this is the whole story with the, just the whole fucking ordeal here. Like, there's just no consistency on the message. Everyone's left in the dark until the very last minute, and it's sad. So, everyone's like, oh, Techland's being so transparent. Are they really? I don't think that they are. I think they could be much more transparent about the entire situation, but they don't seemingly have to because no one is actually barking as hard as World Class. And as soon as I can figure this out, we're going to put the link in here, and we're going to go to the key page where you can request a review code for this game or a stream code, whatever the fuck they're called. And I'll tell you what, right here's the reality. So this is what we're looking into here. And it says, Dying Light 2 Stay Human, full game key up for grabs, okay? What do I get? Key for the full game worth $60. Streamer info, there's no info there. Campaign type, full release Dying Light 2 Stay Human. Platforms include Steam. Okay? Now this doesn't make sense because it contradicts itself right on the goddamn page. It literally contradicts the message right on the goddamn page. Look at that, okay? Look at this. Platforms include in this campaign. Platforms included in this campaign. Steam. Steam is PC, right? Okay? But on the flip side, it says compatibility. Windows, PlayStation, Xbox. How is it compatible with Windows? And how is it compatible with PlayStation and Xbox when it's only on fucking Steam? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Pluty donated
we don't have a consistent message here.
Chat. I hope you understand how stressful being a dev is.
Oh yeah, I made some stuff in Dreams. It's a fucking nightmare. The dev team is not at fault here. The dev team has no say in any of this shit. There's fucking different teams that do different shit. The filmmakers don't have a say on how the trailer looks when they make a movie. They make the movie, and then they send the rest of the fucking bullshit out to the marketing fucking firms, and they put together a trailer separately. And it has no connection with the actual people that made the fucking movie. For the most part, that's usually the case. So it's the same thing here. The devs don't market the game. I understand that, bro. That we're not talking about the developers. We might have that conversation in a couple of weeks when we actually get our hands on this fucking game, and we might say, holy shit, we were surprised, or holy shit, they didn't hit that home run. We will have that conversation when we cross that bridge. But right now, you need to focus on what the hell we're looking at, because I don't even know what I'm looking at this point, and it seems like they're not sending out console codes, at least with what I'm looking at here. Okay, it seems like they're not sending out console codes because it says Steam. And again, the image, it's not on this page, but the image shows Steam as well. So they're only going to hand this game out to PC people, and that's going to dictate the reviews. I don't understand what's happening here. It literally does not make sense. 8 gigs of RAM? I'd love to see this game run on 8 gigs of RAM. I mean, that's all I got. I got a 2060 and 8 gigs of RAM. So, hey, we're going to see. Hopefully. So hopefully that made sense. Probably not. But, I try my best out here. I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Okay? I'm not understanding certain things out here. There's just too many misconceptions going on right here and right now. And not with me, but with what Techland's message. They need to, really hone in on what's being said. Because none of it makes sense. None of it makes much sense. So are we getting, console reviews on February 4th, or is the only reviews that are going to exist of this game on PC? Because if that's the case, this is Cyberpunk 2.0 all over again. And that's why we're comparing it to Cyberpunk so much, because the release and how the marketing is and all this, that, and the third, a lot of it is very similar, eerily similar.
Marty the Nerd donated $2 through Super Chat. Michael, what do you think of my new videos? Bear.
She doesn't love you. I don't know what to tell you. Let's go ahead and open up the lines here, folks. Let's try this again. Let's see if we can have some communication out here in a way that makes sense. 818-284-4568. And I know people are just mad. They're like, oh, Michael's a hater. Oh, Michael's doing this for views. Oh, Michael's just, it's just satire. I don't know what I legitimately do not know what satire is. I don't understand that. I'm stupid, okay? You think I'm intelligent enough to, have some, fucking clever satire out here? I don't know what satire is. And I know you're not going to believe me, but I'm just being honest with you. I don't know I don't know what that means. I kind of understand it, but not really. Nonetheless, 818-284-4568. That's the number to call in if you want to discuss the reality out here. And again, most of you are coming from a place of privilege, and that's fantastic. But you have to understand there's too many unknowns with this game right here and right now. There are too many unknowns with this game right here and right now. So let's go ahead and open up the lines and try and discuss this matter at hand. You know, look, we'll talk about the game more so when we get our hands on it. The thing that I can say is that what I said earlier, they all played the same mission. They all had similar outcomes. That doesn't bode well for the message of the game, for the tagline of the game, does it? Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, is this Bozo?
Oh my God, this is not working again today, and we're gonna have to take them one at a time.
Mikado donated $5 through Super Chat.
I'm going to have to get a different number. I'm going to have to get a different number because it's just infested with a bunch of stupid idiots that are going to waste time out here. Yeah, hello, you're on the air. I'm tired of the spam donations. I'm tired of the low-quality callers. I'm ready to have a discussion out here. We're 14 days away, and Techland is not ready to pull that curtain back. We're 14 days away, and Techland is not ready to pull that curtain back. And yet you guys are, like, looking at that and saying, that's okay? How is that okay? We're 14 days away. We're not 30 days away. We're not 1 month away. We're not 2 months away. We're not 3 months away. We're not 4 months away. We're not 5 months away. We are 14 days away. We are 14 days away. They have nothing to show for. They have nothing to show for. When are you guys going to wake up and realize that that is a major red flag within this goddamn industry? You can't sit there and say that they have this master plan to pull the curtain back and let it fucking shine in a way that makes sense, because if they do, I will be very fucking shocked and very surprised, and I will apologize. But until that day comes, and I know it ain't going to come because they would have shown the game off already by now. That's what you need to understand, and that's what the reality is out here. Hello, you're on the air.
Yeah, no guns, man. No guns. No guns, and you're on here pulling the meat curtains back in a way that makes sense. I mean, there's no guns.
You know, this is a similar conversation that I had about Far Cry 6. I said Far Cry 6 does not have the map editor, and that is true. They took that out, and people sat on here and defended that. They said, holy shit, we never used it anyway. And that's what they're saying about the guns in Dying Light 2. That's what they're saying about the guns, you know, the guns that don't exist in Dying Light 2, the traditional firearms, in Dying Light 2. They are defending that. How are you defending that? They are removing the fucking variety in the gameplay. Yes, the way the weapons, handled themselves in the first game, yeah, maybe overpowered eventually, but at the end of the day, there was fucking variety to the gameplay. And now they're giving you less, and you're saying, holy shit, I'm going to pat you on the back. What?
How's it going to be Dying Light 2 and you have less content? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's Dying Light 2. You should be adding more guns.
Yeah, take the guns and improve upon that. But instead, they just axe it out because creatively it doesn't jive with our vision. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know.
That's a fucking excuse.
There's so much shit. There's so much shit they can improve upon. Like, hello, you're on the air. Hello, you're on the air.
All right, dude, you're a fucking loser. You're just becoming a loser at this point, dude. Jesus Christ. Like, either have a conversation in a serious fashion or don't. Because I don't know what to tell you, man. This isn't bait. This isn't troll. This isn't satire. It's not what you think it is. You guys are so insecure. Some of you guys are so insecure, you just can't handle someone else saying something different with what aligns with your brain. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm not a hater. I don't want Dying Light 2 to fail, okay? You guys have a I don't even know what the word is, but you misunderstand the show. Hello, you're on the air. It's just a misunderstood show. All right. You got to go, guys. You got to go. When I get you on the line, let's go. Hello, you're on the air. We're going to sit through these stupid idiots.
Robin Nigelman donated €1 through Super Chat.
Hello, you're on the air. Let's go. Hello, you're on the air. Can we have someone get on the line?
What are you going to do about Techland? Whose arms do we have to break in order to get, old-gen console gameplay?
Well, they don't want it to cannibalize pre-orders. That is very clear. They're showing you the best version that money can buy on the best hardware that money can buy. And they're using that as sort of a disingenuous way to represent the Dying Light 2 moniker. That's what's happening here. And I understand that. You sell the sizzle, you don't sell the steak. But at the end of the day, bro, time is ticking.
It is ticking. We only have a week or two left before
14 days.
It finally comes out. Come on, dude. The small bit of gameplay from Oni Zombies that I got the other day, I was surprised that they were only able to show one mission. I thought it was going to be longer than that.
Well,
that was on PC.
Right? Yeah. I think he said he had 32 gigs of RAM.
Right. And then like what? 8
I mean, how much
terabytes
RAM
of-
do you
of
have?
storage?
How much RAM do you have?
32. I
Oh,
have
of course.
32.
See, you guys all are privileged. I have never had
I'm not
32
playing
gigs
it
of
on
RAM in my
PC.
life. The most
I'm
that
not
I've had
playing
is
on
16
PC.
gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah, I'm not playing it on PC. I'll get it on Xbox Series X.
Mikado donated $2.
And
Well,
I'm-
damn,
I'm
you're
pissed
really
off
fucking
that I-
privileged. You're really fucking privileged. You got a goddamn rig with 32 gigs of RAM, and then you got a goddamn fucking Series X. This is
Bro,
why
what you
TechLand loves to
mean?
not show the fucking pull the curtain back, because you guys are so fucking privileged, and you're on
I'm
cloud
not-
nine every fucking second out here.
privileged.
Holy
I'm
shit, bro.
I'm unbiased. I play PS5, fucking Xbox Series
Yeah,
X.
but you played Cyberpunk. You played Cyberpunk day one on PC, and you got 60 frames right out of the fucking box.
I don't know about that. I still fucking refunded that shit.
Yeah,
after-
I know, but it was 60 frames day one, right? It had to be.
No.
Really?
Fucking frame drop, T-posing? No, that game was
No,
awful.
no, it was still 60 because I know better than that bullshit. If you put Cyberpunk in the PS5 day one, you get 60 frames without any patch. Straight disc from the into PS5, you get 60 frames right off the bat. So you're telling me your PC didn't do that?
No.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. No, that's bullshit, bro. That's fucking bullshit, bro. A 3080 can't do Cyberpunk. Come on, man.
No.
You got
Something-
32 gigs of RAM. You have a 3080, and you're telling me you couldn't get 60 frames with Cyberpunk?
Couldn't get 60.
I don't believe it. You're fucking. You don't remember. That's what's going
I'm not
on.
even trolling. I'm not even trolling. There's plenty of people that come back and say, "Oh, I have a fucking 2090 Ti and it did absolutely fine. I don't know what's wrong with your graphics card. It's probably broken."
Well, what CPU you got? What CPU you got?
3700X.
How many cores and threads?
That's what, 8 core?
Yeah. Well, then I don't know, man. I don't know. That does sound a little fucked up. I mean, you should be getting 6. You should have gotten at least 60. You got 60. You didn't know that. You didn't get. You got 30. You're telling me you got 30 frames because you tried to play it at 4K. That's why you tried to play it at 4K, didn't you?
I don't even have a 4K monitor.
Well, then what'd you try to? I don't understand how you didn't get 60 frames day one on Cyberpunk. Come on, man.
I didn't. The game is that poorly fucking.
No.
optimized.
I don't think it was that bad day one on PC. I don't believe it because something's fucked with your shit then because that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's still a poorly optimized game. Like you still have to have a fucking goddamn NASA computer to run the damn thing properly, to be honest. And that's the same with this game too. You got to have high end shit. You got to be rich. It's the same fucking game. It's the same print. It's the same fucking format here. It literally is.
But if you're going to disrupt people
That's why I'm so fucking afraid. Is like I want to get this game on either PS5 or fucking Xbox Series
Dude,
X.
I have to. Okay,
Make it
let me read this super chat here. This is what I don't understand from these people. I know this guy's not been around here for long. He says, I agree with you to certain points, but if you're going to disrupt people mid-conversation and be hypocritical, then I've lost respect. Dude, I'm not trying to disrupt. I'm not trying to interrupt anyone, bro. What you mean? Like there's hundreds of, well, not hundreds, but there's like at least 10. There's trolls that call in. We have to sift through the trolls, and if you're not ready, I can't wait around for someone to say something stupid on the air. Like that's what you need to understand. If you want to have a serious conversation, like I will set up something else where you can have that serious conversation right now here on the fucking show. If that's what you want to do, let me know. Okay, you can't just sit there and say that I'm the fucking bad guy when I'm giving everyone an open platform right here, right now, to call in and discuss this in a way that makes sense. You will not be cut off. But if you're going to troll, I'm going to cut you off. Sometimes I mistake trolls for not, trolls that aren't trolls, but that's just the nature out here. Okay, I got to be on guard. That's what you don't understand. You don't have context.
These are the real clowns coming through, Michael, and it's so incredibly
Yeah,
sad.
it is. Well, we're going to move the wheels. Hell yeah, we appreciate it. Hello, you're on the air. Let's see. And you have to understand that this sometimes doesn't work. When I click things, see? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Hello, you're on the air. See? See? This is what I got to put up with. How am I going to find a real caller? Then you get mad when I hang up on people, when I cut people off. Like I'm looking for real callers. Well, we got to sit through a bunch of stupid trolls that have nothing better to do. Okay, they don't care about Dying Light 2. They just come in here and troll. Like I ain't a troll. Okay, that's what you need to understand. So maybe Hello, you're on the air.
Mike. Hey, Michael, it's Marty. Do you know if Dying Light 2 will release on the 360, man?
Well, it's coming to the Nintendo Switch, so I mean, shit. Well, maybe not. It's been delayed. All right, we're done with you. That's a loser. He's a troll. So, hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Michael, it's hard to believe we're 14 days away already.
Yeah, I mean, I was out here last fucking Friday, I'm pretty sure, talking about the same fucking thing because I mean, it just should not. It should. Yeah, because that was the day after the final Dying to Know episode, and I said, "Holy shit! Like, what are we doing? You know, we're playing games. That's what Techland is doing. They're playing games. You know, they want you to believe that this version is so great, and if it is, I'll come out and say, "Holy shit! What a fucking surprise!" But you know, if they're just going to show me like gameplay and not going to show me gameplay in a way that makes sense, they're going to make cuts within every 20 seconds or whatever the hell. I mean, within that 20-second gameplay footage, there's 11 cuts within that video. So if that's indicative of the actual full gameplay video, well then that's a problem.
Makar donated $2 through Super Chat.
I'm surprised
Hello,
this
you
isn't
are
the
on
biggest,
the
like,
air.
story in gaming right now. Like, why isn't more people talking about this?
I want people to talk about the fact, if you guys aren't interested in this like old gen shit, I want people to talk about the fact that if you line up everyone's gameplay from yesterday, they all played the same side quest, right? Is that not correct? I only watched a couple of people, okay? And I don't have time to watch 30-minute videos discussing a game. Just like get to the point, guys, you know? I mean, that's the problem with these content creators. They just sit around and talk for 30 minutes about these games. It's like, can we get to the point? You know, this is a stream, so it's a little different. But at the end of the day, I'm assuming they all played the same side quest. From what I've seen, the Rad Brad, he was climbing the church tower at the end, just like Oni Zombies climbed the church tower at the end. How many of those people had different experiences when they played the game? How many of these creators that all played the same mission? See, this would have been a great way to demonstrate that every decision truly does matter. And it's like the biggest fuck up that I've seen in a long time. Because if you watch Alana Pierce's video, if you watch Oni Zombies' video, if you watch Hollow's video, if you watch the Rad Brad's video, I mean, there's many others, but if you watch their videos and put them all side by side, they're pretty fucking similar. So every decision matters. I mean, if you go back and watch that 2019 gameplay presentation when Chris came out and said that this is what Dying Light 2 is, he's not even on the project anymore, but, like, what are we doing? Like, it just defeated the whole fucking purpose of the game. Like, I thought the purpose of showing off the same side quest was to say, hey, your choices are actually very vast and different, and everyone's going to have a different playthrough. And granted, I didn't watch every goddamn video all the way through, but if I'm wrong, please correct me. Okay, if someone has watched all of the goddamn Dying Light 2 footage, but from based off of what I've seen, everyone's doing the same thing. They're climbing the fucking church tower at the end. I mean, I thought the tagline does not hold true, at least in the way that they were specifically selling us this game. They came out and they pitched us this idea that Dying Light 2 is going to be something different, that Dying Light 2 is going to be very vast and deep in the sense that your actions truly matter, and it has seemingly been very watered down.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the side quests and it didn't look very dynamic. It just looked pretty boring, to be honest. I fell asleep watching it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you watched the Rad Brad, that was so boring.
Well, the videos are just too long. I'm not going to sit around and watch the game for 40 minutes. Like, it's a game that I would rather play. I don't want to watch someone else play the game. I want to have my experience with it. But what I'm going to do now is since Techland doesn't want to pull the curtain back, I'm going to get everyone's video. I'm going to compare them side by side, and I'm going to see how fucking similar they are. Because if they are very similar, then the whole game, the whole premise of the game has been thrown in the trash can. The whole premise of the game, in the sense that every decision fucking matters, because that's what Chris told us back at E3 2019 or 2018, whenever they showed us off. I think it was E3 2019. They said every decision matters. You are going to love this game, this, that, and the third. And, I don't even know if his work is still in the game, but at the end of the day, this is getting ridiculous, and I don't understand why people can't see through the PR, because that's what it is. It's just PR in disguise. It's like, okay, literally everyone they allowed to play this game is privileged. Like, it's literally a cyberpunk situation. It's literally a cyberpunk situation. Everyone that they allowed, that they chose to handpick to have early access and put this video out, they're all privileged.
Robin Eiserman donated €5 through Super Chat. Stop misinforming.
I don't think they really
DL2 is for one not in the Red Engine, and at the event in December they played on PS4 Pros. CP2077
all right, we got
high-end PCs.
Yeah, let's discuss this super chat here. Hold on. If you want to stay tuned, that's great. If not, we'll move forward on the air here. But stop misinforming. Dying Light 2 is, for one, not in the red engine. I didn't say it was in the red engine. I was talking about Witcher and Cyberpunk. I did not say this was in the red engine, dude. You obviously, and if I did, I didn't mean that. But what I meant was that Witcher, and I'm pretty sure I didn't say that I didn't say that fucking. We talk a lot and fast out here, folks. We have to get high energy. But I'll tell you what. Look. I was talking about Witcher and Cyberpunk. So if I did say that Dying Light was in the red engine, that you're misinformed. You're not understanding what I was saying. Okay, so you're wrong about that. And the event in December where they played it on PS4 Pros. Sure, they did play it on PS4 Pro, but the PS4 Pro was more powerful than the base PS4. You're not understanding the point. You're not understanding the show. I will help you, but you're misinformed. Cyberpunk 2077 was only shown on high-end PCs. So was Cyberpunk. I mean, so was Dying Light 2. So was Dying Light 2.
The similarities are there.
So was Dying Light 2. What are you talking about? Dude, this is the same thing as fucking Cyberpunk. The only difference is they allowed creators to actually show their gameplay. We have not seen this game running on PlayStation 4 Pro. That's a fucking fact. We have not seen this game running on PlayStation 4 Pro. They showed off 20 seconds of base PS4 Pro footage. So we have impressions of the PlayStation 4 Pro, but we do not have any impressions, any hands-on experience of base PS4. So who's misinformed? It ain't me. I'm a world-class veteran video game critic. Don't come out of the woodwork and try and call me out when you don't got your facts lined up, okay? So you don't understand the show, and that's not my problem. That's not my problem. So you've been debunked. You've been debunked.
The PS4 footage was fake, Michael.
Well, I don't know about that, but hell yeah. Well, we appreciate you, man. We're going to move the wheels on you. Yeah. I mean, there's no reason to believe that it actually is PlayStation 4. You can have that narrative that it's PlayStation 4. You can have that narrative that it's not. We don't know. There's no button layout on the screen that proves it's PlayStation 4. You know what I mean? It could be a PC with low-end settings. Hello, you're on the air.
Yo, what's up, man? What do you think about the game?
What?
What do you think about the game?
I mean, I've been talking about this for like 2 hours out here, so, I mean, maybe just go back. Hello, you're on the air. Rewind. There's a rewind feature for a reason, guys.
Who loses a job?
All righty. See, I mean, if you're going to have a low-quality discussion out here, I'm not interested. So, hello, you're on the air.
I got a question.
Yeah.
All
righty. Jeez. Oh, my God. It is incredibly difficult to get people on the air. I'll tell you that. Hello, you're on the air.
This fucking game looks so fucking ass, bro. Boring as fuck. I got coworkers all excited. Yeah, I pre-ordered it. It's gonna be so fun to run up on someone and kill them. What the fuck? It's so fucking incredibly sad, man. They're talking about they're gonna support the game for 5 years. No, the game's going to be fucking broken. It's going to take them 5 years to fucking fix it.
I think you're onto something there. Yeah, I think you're onto something there. It's funny how they have their priorities lined up for the future of the game, and they're talking about all of the dialogue that's in the game and how many hours the game is, but they don't want to pull the curtain back. They just don't want to do it, and it's a red flag.
Grossy through Super Chat.
Nope.
They release longer backstage video on their PR content than base console gameplay. So sad.
There is out there, man.
Hell yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Hell yeah, bro.
And fuck all these fucking idiots, man, that don't want to listen, bro.
Hell yeah. We appreciate you.
Moving the wheels.
Hell yeah. Take care. Hello, you're on the air. Yeah, they put out a behind-the-scenes video that was literally, that's the point that I made in the previous video, but everyone said it went in one ear and out the other. It's like, guys, I'm making points in every video. Every video is literally different, but if you don't listen, you don't listen. I mean, there's nothing I can do for you there. Hello, you're on the air.
Michael, I got something I got to say to you. It's not over.
Well, Yeah, I hope it's not. Dude, I don't want to be right out here. I don't want to be right out here. Dude, I want to get excited come February 4th.
Think about the possibility that Dying Light 2 will be a massive success. Have you seen the gameplay about the combat? Can you give me some things? I know you like trashing on. No,
I don't.
No, I
don't. How do I like trashing on the game?
Look out for the game.
Yeah.
In fact, I can tell you deeply care about the game. But let's talk about some things about the combat. Do you think they've improved anything? In fact, is there any part of the combat that makes you excited to play the game?
From the gameplay that I saw yesterday, I don't feel like the gameplay, the combat itself specifically, is all that satisfying. The hit detection looks a little wonky. The reactions to the zombies, it looks very samey and similar after you do it over and over again. It looks like they have kind of similar canned animations. I mean, I could be wrong, but it just didn't look all that impressive. Now, That was my take from the gameplay yesterday. I watched Oni Zombies and a lot of Pierce stuff and some other stuff. Brad, a little bit here and there. So,
man, I feel you on a lot of those points right there. Now, do you remember the stealth from Dying Light 1? What was your take on that? And then what was the stealth on what was your take on some of the stealth that you saw yesterday from the gameplay footage, if you saw it?
well, I got to be honest with you. Since I was too poor to afford the first game, I have not played fully through the first game. But, that's okay because I don't need to play Dying Light 1 to play Dying Light 2. They have come out and said that. I'm not going to be totally lost, right? But I have played the demo of Dying Light 1, and that's great that they had a fucking demo because I gave you the opportunity to download it. I think it was after the release or whatever it was. I guess that doesn't matter. But, they had a free demo version, and, I played a little bit of that, and I said, it's kind of cool, but I didn't go out and buy it, so.
Man, as a veteran Dying Light 1 player, man, let me tell you,
No.
You got to keep holding on to hope. It's not over, man. I want you to stay with me. It's not over.
Well, I guess we'll find out in 14 days.
But you got to say it. It's not over. We got 14 days,
No.
so obviously it's not over.
Well,
it
ain't looking good right now. I'll tell you that.
I
I don't know where the light at the end of the tunnel is. They need to pull the curtain back. I don't know why they haven't done so already. Had they done so already, we wouldn't be talking about this. We'd be talking about some other things about the game and some other aspects about the game. But what do you think about what I said, that point that I made earlier that I keep making and no one's picking up on? Everyone played the same mission, correct, yesterday? The side quest?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So how many people that played that same side quest had different outcomes?
Man, you're right about that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it undermines the whole premise of the fucking game. Like, I thought that was the reason why everyone was playing the same side quest, so they can showcase and pull out and say, holy shit, everyone had, it's like Detroit Become Human. The game has, 20 fucking endings or something crazy like that? If I don't understand what we're doing here. I thought that's the point, but why are we showing the same, because of spoilers? No, show the same side quest so that way you can hone in on that every decision in this world does actually matter. And from what I've seen, and granted, I didn't watch every fucking video because I didn't have time to do that. I was out here doing these streams and shit, but it looked pretty fucking similar.
You got a point there. Although I did watch a lot of the gameplay that was released yesterday, I think there was a couple people that didn't actually release their gameplay, because they had 6 content creators lined up to actually do the missions.
Right.
They didn't pick all of the endings. There was one ending they didn't look over. Now, I do feel like that's a little weird. Most of the endings lead to the same conclusion. Although I did see they have improved a lot on the voice acting and the story direction.
Right.
I will give them that.
Right. Well, that's cool. Yeah.
But I think as long as there's a nice base story to it, with some, some interesting choices that could branch off at least somewhere in some directions. I feel like, I don't know, it would be a disappointment for a lot of people, I understand. But I remember the first story from the Dying Light. I didn't hate the story. It was a kind of a basic story, but it was enjoyable. The main character, he's a pretty stereotypical main character. That's what made it kind of funny. But I can tell that the story is already going to be an improvement, And we have only seen one mission. We haven't really seen much main story content. So I feel like there is something to be hopeful for there.
Right. Yeah.
Think?
Well. Yeah. To be fair, that was just a little side quest. But I'm gonna have to look over that because I'm sure this weekend we're not going to get any new news in regards to what we're talking about out here or anything really. That's substantial over the weekend here, but. I'm going to have to look over some of that gameplay that was released and, go through the 6 people that had early access and kind of see how ultimately your choices, I thought it was like an open world Detroit Become Human in the sense that they literally pulled out and showed you every fucking thing. I remember that graph. Where they pulled out, they zoomed out, and it showed all of the different outcomes. And, there's at least 2 videos from Dying Light 2 back in, 2019 or what have you, where they honed in on that aspect. And I'm just perplexed at just how similar those experiences were. It's just a little crazy.
Christian Romero donated
Yeah, it really is
$1.99
sad, Michael.
through
It's 14
Super Chat.
days away,
Michael is
and
gaslight.
at
Dying
this
Light
point, I
2
really
is
don't know.
easily giddy.
How are people not willing to smell that coffee at this point? I'm so confused.
I think it's people want to judge a book by its cover. I don't have the mold of what a YouTuber should be, but if Young or Skill Up or one of these other big creators came out of the woodwork and had similar points, they'd be taken taken seriously.
Yeah,
but they can't take me
donated
seriously because of the way I
€5
talk or
through
the way I,
Super Chat. I think those shells will not wake up and smell the coffee
But
before
you
it's
really
too
are.
late.
Like,
And it's because they got COVID and
bro,
can't smell anymore.
honestly, Michael, I don't really think that was PlayStation 4 footage at all. Like, that frame rate looked way too smooth for it to
I'm not gonna lie. I agree, but I don't like bringing that up because they get really mad. They're like, "Oh, you don't have any evidence." I know, I agree, bro. It looked way too smooth, but I hope it's that fucking. I hope it's that smooth.
I'm like, that is not PS4 footage. That is some PC footage right there. Like, no way it's gonna look that good on last year. That's a fact. That is a guarantee.
Well, because that's why it doesn't make sense, because it's like, okay, if it runs that great on base PS4, then where's this gameplay video that we have been promised for months, for weeks now anyway? Like, it doesn't make sense. It's like, okay, you've shown us 20 seconds that it's smooth enough on base PS4 to impress everyone. Show us more. I mean, how long does it take to get a gameplay video together? Now, I understand they have deadlines and they have things already in place, and they got to follow along. They probably got a fucking campaign roadmap, and they have things strategically placed. I get there's a lot more to it than what, But at the end of the day, it's just like, some updates on when release date. Just some clarification. That's what we're looking for here, and we're not getting it, just 14 days out. So it is concerning. I mean, I'm making very fair points, and I know I am, because I can look at this show from a third-person perspective and say, not because I'm in love with my ass, but because, like, dude, no one else is bringing these points up, and it's just like, I don't understand why.
Yeah, I don't understand why. You really are the only person that's pointing out. And when I looked at the footage, I'm like, there's no way this is called.
Well, you know what they say. If it's too good to be true, it usually is. I mean, I'm not saying, but I agree with you. I agree with you, bro.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Michael. I mean, you brought a very valid point there. And just the other day, I was just sitting there discussing, and I'm like, man, I just bought a Switch, and I was like, get into the Bayonetta series. Like, I want to get Bayonetta 2 instead of Dying Light 2, but man, it's like, well, I know the game is going to be good if Bayonetta. At least I know the game is going to be good. But if I say, well, I would be taking a much bigger risk of buying Dying Light 2 because it might not even run well. It might just be a whole bunch
that's one of the points that I made up. I mean, there's too many unknowns. I mean, if a guy's got a guy or gal, they got 32 gigs of RAM, the game gonna run fucking great, But not everyone has 32. I've never had 32 gigabytes of fucking RAM. You know what I mean? So it's like I think it's a tad disingenuous to say that the game runs fucking fantastic. But of course it's going to run fantastic because you're on high-end hardware. You're on NASA computer type shit. Damn.
Well, if you have a 1050 Ti, Lord have mercy on you.
Oh, yeah, and it's got the mechanical hard drive. It's got 12 gigs of RAM with a mechanical hard drive. Yeah, I mean, shit, we ain't going to get too far with a 1050 Ti. 4 gigabytes of VRAM doesn't give you much leeway.
I mean, just imagine that, though. Like, man. But I know it's going to probably run good on the 3080 or 3090.
Oh, hell yeah. And that's why they're picking these content creators that have beefy rigs, and they're saying, hey, man, want to check out Dying Light 2 early? Yep. It makes sense.
They just want to cast all the footage from on there. I mean, the whole footage. But what's funny, Michael? You brought up a very valid point. I was watching your stream the other day, and you said that it would be a good idea to make for them to do a reality TV show on the background of these gaming developers, put a hidden camera in the offices or whatever, and just. It'll be exposed. It'll be so exposed. It really would be good if they would do that.
Well, it'd be interesting to see the reactions and interesting to see how it all comes together or how it all doesn't come together. I think there's a lot. I think there's just an untapped potential there to really to do something crazy. Because there's a lot of people that are invested with that shit. A lot of people are in that kind of culture. They love it. It's like,
yeah. Hey, Michael, I hope you don't mind me asking this, but how's it going with you and Lana Pierce? People been talking about you and her. What's going on between you and her?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm just asking. I mean, you don't have to answer the question. I was just asking because I was curious.
Well, if Alana hasn't told you, I'm not going to say anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, you were. I think you were supposed to make like Valentine's Day reservations or something. I don't know.
Well, you know,
That's what I was.
Yeah, probably. Well, listen, I got to move the wheels on that. I'm gonna get in trouble. You know what I mean? That's not supposed to be public knowledge. You know, we got a thing, but oh man, kidding. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello, this is Los Angeles prostitute.
Holy shit, we're talking bottom of the barrel. Let's go. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
I got a good question for you because I'm a little lost.
All right. I'll see what I can do for you.
You said when they all the streamers were streaming and nothing really changed throughout the gameplay, but you said that was a side quest. Are the side quests supposed to impact the game itself?
Hey, look, that was the whole premise for the game. I mean, it's a mission. It should.
I gotcha. No, I just didn't know. I thought it was just the main story.
I understand the spoiler thing, but why are we showcasing a side quest that doesn't have that big of an like the gameplays are very similar, so it's like, oh, we got to climb the church at the end, and you know.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, that was pretty much it for me, my man.
Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate it. All right, we're moving the wheels. Hello, you're on the air. We've been live for an hour and 33 minutes. Hello, you're on the air.
Michael, I have a question.
Yeah.
All right, so I've been hearing some things about you and your channel and stuff.
Well, we're not discussing that here today, so I don't know what you want me to tell you. We're not going to we're not going to play drama in here. Okay.
All right, look. All right, look. Did you move out of your mom's?
Cringe. Hello, you're on the air.
They would. You would think they would tell it's not a for Xbox, but they don't. They're concerned. They want the pre-orders to be locked in.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want I don't think they want to wait until the very last minute and showcase it, because it's like, okay, if the game runs as smooth as they would love you to believe, then why wouldn't you show that? Like, dude, that would boost pre-orders. That would literally boost pre-orders. So it would help them at the end of the day. So why are we not showing it? It just doesn't make sense. It's like if you bought a TV off of someone and they didn't plug it in. You don't buy the TV. You know what I mean? It's like they're not showing us for a reason.
They're good. They say, hey, it's not available for Xbox One or PS4, but they don't want to do that, like you said. And they don't.
And to me, it doesn't make sense. Not this soon from release. If we were out here 30 days, 60 days from release, then you could say I'm impatient or what have you. But bro, at this point, it's just getting ridiculous. The game's gone gold. There's no reason why we should be still having the same conversation out here. And I don't know what to say anymore.
And they're showing a side quest that doesn't even matter. It's probably one that doesn't have an impact on where you can't change the story, but they don't want to show the one where you can change the story and your decisions do matter, because they probably don't matter. They probably don't matter, and they probably want to hide all that shit.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of games that claim that every decision has impact and this, that, and the third, but usually they get watered down from their initial vision to whatever ends up being the game. So it's sad, but I mean, what can you do?
What did they have? 6 years to work on this too? They had 6 years.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
No, they probably scrapped it. Restarted development, scrapped it, restarted. I'm sure that's what happened multiple times.
And that's just going to worry me for future DLCs too. They'll have future DLCs, but those are probably going to be terrible.
Oh my God, here we go with this DLC talk. I mean, this is Cyberpunk all over again. I mean, it's just talking about the future, talking about 500 hours, talking about 5-year plan.
Yeah.
It's like, can we focus on the fucking elephant in the room?
The main game, they don't even have room for the DLC.
Lord.
They're going to be too 50 in the main game.
Yeah.
And it's just terrible. It's the DLCs don't have. I forgot what I was going to say, but the DLCs. I wonder if there's going to be a patch for DLCs. They'll release the first DLC, and then there's going to be a patch for that, and saying, oh shit, because we screwed up everything. Because usually when games update, sometimes they screw up half the shit in the game that you got to, field of view, everything, stuff like that, for example. But yeah, they're going to screw this up. If they come up with a DLC, it's going to be a mess. It's over.
Right, yeah. Hell yeah. Well, we appreciate you for calling in, man. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
It's over.
Well, I hope not. I hope we're wrong. I mean, look, if what we're saying is that it's like Cyberpunk in the sense that Cyberpunk, you put it in the console PS5 console, Series X console, day one, you're getting 60 frames. I'm pretty sure. I know for a fact that that's the case because I have Cyberpunk on disc, unlike a lot of other people. And unpatched, Cyberpunk is 60 frames on PS5. And I don't, it's probably just the PS5 hardware. But that's going to be the case here with this game. If you have the adequate hardware, you're going to have a smooth experience. But Cyberpunk was a big ordeal because they promised things, then they underdelivered, and then in addition to the bugs and this, that, and the third, the performance issues and all that stuff. It's the same fucking thing. It literally is. And yesterday proved a big fucking point that, again, no one is seemingly talking about. Everyone played the exact same mission, and all the results were fairly, too similar because it doesn't buy into the premise of the game and the tagline of the game that every decision matters. I mean, if you go back and see what they were talking about, it is absolutely ridiculous, and that was one of the things that drew me into this game. It's like, I mean, I wasn't, never really got big into Dying Light 1. So it's like, okay, Chris is coming out on stage, they're showing out this gameplay presentation, they're showing me all the possibilities of my choices in this world and how they are going to seemingly affect a lot of shit. That was so cool to me. And to see that seemingly being watered down into just like faction sides or whatever the fuck's going on, that is just disappointing. But I mean, it's not surprising.
You know what is surprising?
Please don't. What is surprising?
Sony fucking up.
Huh?
They lost Activision. It's over.
All right. We're not discussing that, man. Damn. People get off the track so often around here, guys. I'm honing in on Dying Light 2 until we can get a resolution out here. A revelation. And we hope that comes sooner rather than later. Hopefully it's this fucking Monday. Okay, we're going to take a few more calls and think about winding this one down. So if you want to call, this is your last opportunity. Hello, you're on the air.
Right. You're talking about Dying Light 2 is going to be worse than Cyberpunk, right?
Well, I mean,
Phil Drake donated £5 through Super Chat. I would like to know your thoughts on Xbox buying Activision and Sony losing $20 billion in stocks. YouTube streamer of the year _ Michael world class _ Michael.
All right, I can't hear that guy, so I'm going to move on. If I can't hear you, I'm going to move on. There's no disrespect. It's just we got to move on to someone I can hear. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Michael, I want to get your opinion on Dying Light 2 being 20 gigabytes on PS5.
Well, that's PS5. I mean, they might have some compression shit going on there. But, I mean, that is still pretty freaking low. You know what I mean? Hitman 3 was 70 gigabytes on Xbox Series X. So I just downloaded Hitman 3. It took like 8 hours. Oh
God, that game was boring.
Well, that's why I'm glad I didn't spend real money on it because it came to Game Pass 1 year later.
I did. I got fucked.
Well, that's why. Hey, that's why you wait 1 year and it might eventually come to Game Pass, and that's why the whole trilogy is on Game Pass now. Play that shit for free, So, and it's really not great. I mean, that's the problem with the new Hitman games. The AI is so bad. Like they're just stupid. Like I mean, it is so bad. I can't immerse myself into the world. It's like I see what they're trying to do, but like when you can't improve the artificial intelligence and their behavior to what the player does and the actions of, what unfolds based off of your choices, well then I'm out. Like I mean, Hitman Blood Money was the best, and the AI being bad within that time frame made sense. But here we are in 2021, 2022, and the AI is still like everyone in the game is dumb. Like everyone in the game is stupid. Like it just doesn't feel real to me. It just feels like this tech demo sandbox and just kill. It's like, well, that's cool, but like, I know that's what they are, but I need a little more. Like if you're going to try and sell me the idea on immersion, and that's what they tried to do so incredibly well with Hitman Absolution, and that's why it was hated upon because they tried to seal the deal in terms of bringing a more, a different approach. Cinematic approach.
No, it was hated because it was linear and it wasn't.
Well, I think that's better. I honestly think that's better because now they just feel like tech demos.
It was like a Splinter Cell. Like
I mean,
it was.
I mean, they had some kind of open-ended levels. I mean, it wasn't anything like it is now. Granted. But if it's linear, they can hone in on that shit and give more dialogue to the characters, give more believability to the characters, their environment, their sort of motives, and it's really interesting what they tried to do with Absolution. Then they drew it back and said, hey, we're going to go back to Hitman Blood Money and bring that classic sandbox formula back, and that's great, but it's like, okay, can you also bring the Absolution stuff back with it too? Because now I'm playing a game where it's just fucking, I played Hitman 3 and I got to the nightclub mission, I went to the gas station, there was literally nothing at the gas station, that was fucking pointless. Then I went down the trail, because I just installed it, and then I see like 400 fucking people waiting in line to go into this nightclub dance thing, and then, the security guard started shooting at me, and then, like, no one runs. Like, the game is trash. The game is fucking trash. Like, these people, you're telling me that these people in line would not run when they hear gunshots? Like, the game is fucking trash. And that's why it's on Game Pass, and thankfully I didn't spend fucking money on that. So if you guys like the new Hitman games, that's great, but they're not great games in terms of game mechanics, and they need to evolve. That's my take.
Dude, they're soulless.
They are, and I understand that's sort of the appeal, but I mean that always online bullshit too. Fuck that, bro. Like it's bad for the industry. It really is. But they lost a lot of their budget from Absolution was the highest, I believe, budget Hitman game, and then they just threw out this stuff. So I don't know. I guess we're getting off track on Hitman, but I got a lot of hot takes on that too. So I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean Hitman.
Hell yeah. Well, we appreciate you. We appreciate you, bro. We got to move the wheels. Hello, you're on the air.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna think about winding this one down. Last few callers here. Hopefully they can stay on track and talk about Dying Light 2. But seemingly no one wants to talk about that. Hello, you're on the air.
Michael, how can you call yourself world class when you're using Comic Sans?
What?
Honestly, Michael.
Well, hey! I got to react. I was looking for the horror font, chiller or creep. Or
doesn't
whatever
matter. You're not world class.
Well, too bad. Too bad. It's a real font, so too bad. Hello, you're on the air. I mean, it is. It was. It's
over.
Yeah. Last few callers here, folks. We're gonna wind this one down here for today. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Michael. Just calling in to say I'm a huge fan. I love your work. So, yeah, I have one thing I wanted to ask. Why in the world would anybody, this day and age, ever pre-order a game? I just don't get it. Like, everything's digital. It's not like it's sold out in the stores or anything. Like, what is the point?
I honestly think it's just to be a part of the hype, to feel like you're a part of the hype train, and the you're with other people in the sense that you have the same passion, and you're looking forward to it. I honestly think that's all it is. It's just that I joined the party sort of thing.
Damn. Yeah, that's terrible. This needs to die out.
Yeah, back in the day, it used to mean something totally different. To secure your copy day one at the physical retail store, but way back in the day. But now it's not anything like that. So it's just a commercial basically to pre-order the game. Hell yeah.
I think it's stupid. Have a good weekend.
Hell yeah,
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Hello, you're on the air.
February 4th is going to be a glorious day when Chris Avallone and Techland deliver a masterpiece.
Well, he doesn't. Well, he doesn't. He's not even involved with the game. What do you mean, bro? He's not even involved with the game anymore. Why are you bringing him up when he's not even involved with the game anymore? Like, you're a fake fan, clearly. You didn't read up on what was happening because you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no!
All righty. All right. Well, with that said, folks, I think that is going to do it for today. We do appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, and supporting the show. And let's go through this as it stands. 14 days until Dying Light 2 releases. There's only 20 seconds of PS4 gameplay. There's 0 Xbox One gameplay. And there is also no specific date on when more old-gen gameplay is coming. Got some other stuff down here. Content embargo expires 24 hours before release. That could be to prevent spoilers, but still spoilers are going to leak way before that because I'm sure early copies will get out there, so I'm not really sure what that is all about. But seemingly, keyword there, they are only dishing out Steam codes with the content embargo. So I if you want to, look into that more. I've already showcased that a little further earlier in the stream. And then the Nintendo Switch Cloud version has been delayed, and seemingly no one has talked about that. I don't know why that wasn't covered all that well, but that is a fact. The cloud version has been delayed. And, right now as it stands, just 14 days out, Dying Light 2, February 4th, there are just, quite frankly, in my perspective, there's just too many unknowns. We know what the game runs like on high-end PC hardware, but we don't have a better look at how the game runs on the older gen hardware, and it is inexcusable just 14 days away. I could cut them some slack if we were out here barking 60 days from release, but we're just 14 days. And something has to give. They have to fully, sooner rather than later, pull that curtain back. That is what we are asking for them to do. And we keep asking, but they keep turning their head the opposite direction. And that's kind of sad, but it is the way the cookie crumbles as it stands as of this broadcast. And with that said, that's going to do it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, and supporting the show. It's over. Hey there, mister. Who let that simpleton out of the asylum?